This is a 2025 Nissan Frontier PRO-4X. And it comes with a 3.8 liter V6 making 310 horsepower. And this Frontier is my new daily. You guys know I have a shop full of Skylines and I needed something I could drive every day and get those cars to and from the racetrack and events. And today it's about to get an upgrade with all new modifications. And we've got a ton of parts for this Nissan Frontier, including suspension, wheels and tires, and a bunch of other, oh man, somebody's here. We must have a guest today.
You're gonna need one of these bad boys too.
Oh, Chris Forsberg is in the house.
Three-time champion, Chris Forsberg.
Look out for banging doors with Forsberg. Are you kidding me? Come on now.
What do you got there, dude?
Oh, dude, we got the best part of this entire package, the cooler to go along with the boys.
NISMO chili bin.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah, I brought the important stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Hey man, we're super excited to have Chris in the house today to give us a little bit of a hand on the suspension.
Oh yeah, thanks for having me down. But yeah, show us what you got here. You got a lot of parts.
We've got a steering wheel, we've got a big brake kit, we've got some rock sliders, we've got some interior bits to help the doors from being scuffed up. Full complement of NISMO off-road suspension, exhaust system, wheels. We've got Falcon Wild Peaks to put on here and a bunch of other storage bins and accessories as well. This is gonna be a fun project and I'm super happy to have Chris in the house to give us a hand. Let's get this thing on the lift and get started. All right, we've got our NISMO off-road suspension package here laid on the table in its entirety.
Oh yeah.
This is a pretty comprehensive package and I'm excited to see how it changes from the PRO-4X suspension because it is a pretty decent upgrade. Now, what's this gonna do for us, Chris?
Well, what's cool about it is you have your external reservoir rear shocks, which give you more droop for more travel in the rear. You have the front shocks, which are actually adjustable, so you can set a different ride height. You know, if you want to go, really high, or just have like a nice steady ride and keep a little rake in it. So with your lift, you're gonna get the upper control arms, which will fix your camber, so get your wheels back squared out. At the rear, we got some tapered blocks, so like you said, it fixes the pinion angle, so they are directional. The extra long U-bolts for that to get them on there, and then these are actually pretty nifty. These actually go under the front bump stop to correct the bump stop angle, so when you get that additional lift, you actually keep your travel and you still utilize your factory bump stop.
They thought of it all.
They did. This is the same kit that we have on the Forsberg edition Nissan Frontier. So we have.
Speaking of that,
I know I brought mine down.
all right. Cool. Holy cow, dude! This is insane.
This one's gone a little above the FR edition, so this is not exactly what you would get in the package. I obviously elevated to a little bit of a 2.0.
All the carbon.
Yeah. The biggest difference between what you get in the Forsberg edition truck versus mine is we worked with Save on Carbon and we developed this wide body, the carbon front fenders, and the extra wide rear bedsides. So you don't get the carbon.
How much wider is this than my truck?
It's 4 inches.
So, oh my God.
So we're still utilizing the NISMO off-road beadlock wheels with the Yokohamas on there. So we got the rock rails, the roof rack. This is what it's going to look like when it's all together.
Sweet.
And yeah, we got the NISMO exhaust on here. And yeah, I mean, it's a killer package. Like I said, this is the street truck, absolutely zero issues, rides perfect. And then we had the same package on the race truck, did the 500 miles, no failures.
Unbelievable. And just a reminder, guys, our R35 plus $20,000 cash sweepstakes is about to end in a few days. To honor that, we just launched these amazing Mazda RX-7 skate decks, very limited edition. So if you're into decks, head on over to throtl.com. Every dollar you spend is going to be an entry to win this. But again, guys, only a couple days left. Now let's get back to my Frontier. The installation process for this suspension kit is pretty straightforward, although you're going to want to make sure you have a spring compressor handy. This suspension kit is going to be the perfect upgrade for the Frontier. It's going to help tremendously while towing by helping control squat and body movement when there's weight in the trailer, giving it more stability and definitely going to make it more comfortable on long road trips. The rear end is way easier than the front. All we have to do is replace the shock with the new one, add the tapered blocks and the longer U-bolts, and then tighten everything down, and we're done with this suspension. All right, the suspension lift is wrapped up. Chris, you're like the easy button for these because you've done a few of them now, right?
Yeah, a couple is probably like the 6th or 10th or dozen, I don't know.
One thing I will say is if you are gonna tackle this job yourself at your home garage, definitely get a decent spring compressor.
Yeah, and if you don't have one, either rent one or find a shop that's got one. That's the only tedious part about the job. Otherwise,
that took the longest, right? Everything else bolted right together. So gonna move on to the exhaust system, I guess.
Might as well pull this bad boy out.
NISMO Off-Road makes this beautiful one. That's gonna give it a little more growl, I think. And it's a bit cleaner look. We've got one less resonator in line, so it's gonna provide a little more power, a little more sound, which I'm all for.
Yeah, definitely. This is the same exhaust, same thing we ran on the Baja truck, so
really
took the rocks, took the debris, no problem, stayed on, and then yeah, we run this on the street truck as well.
If you guys are in the market for any of these NISMO off-road products, hit up your local Nissan dealership because these are all available at the parts counter. This truck is really shaping up to be something really cool, and I want to give a huge thank you to Chris for coming down to the shop today. Chris and I go back, man, to like 2003 or something.
God, yeah, literally, we're talking about it over lunch.
Early drifting days. This is one of the first dudes I ever met when I was working at Falcon Tire, and he's been a lifelong friend at this point to me. So it's an honor to have him here. Also, with his ties with Nissan and NISMO Off-Road, it's even more special. Yeah. But Chris, I know you got a special little project you guys are cooking up at the Forsberg Racing
Workshop. We got
Workshop.
something cool going on.
Tell us what you got.
Which one are you talking about?
Okay, the Patrol, man, the Patrol.
Yeah. The Patrol. The Patrol is going to be making its official debut here soon. We've had it out to King of Hammers. It's been out on the street before, but now it's got a new power plant in there. We got another new setup going on, but we haven't run it yet. So that's the big coming soon.
Leave some secrets in there. Yeah. If you guys don't already follow Chris's YouTube channel, he's got some really awesome content on the /Chris Forsberg Racing YouTube channel. So head on over, hit the subscribe button, watch some of his content because you're going to learn a lot and you're going to see a lot of really rad stuff.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, we got the drifting stuff. We got all of our off-road Frontier stuff. So yeah, kind of the reason why you dragged me down here to work on your truck, huh?
Man, that, and I knew you were really good at this stuff. So it made quick work of the suspension and exhaust. We're going to keep jamming on this thing. Thank you so much for coming down, Chris. It's been an honor. No problem. And you're welcome here anytime, brother.
Yeah, I got to swing by. I'm only like right up the street.
Oh, let's go. The boys over at Z1 sent me off some skid plates because this PRO-4X came with some pretty robust skid plates from the factory. Oh, whoops, that one's plastic, but that one there, that's a nice skid plate. But this one here, not so nice. Stamped steel, kind of crummy, if I'm being honest. Z1 solved the problem, sent us over some nice thick skid plates that are gonna basically line the whole bottom of this car and keep the running gear out of the way, just in case we decide to take this thing off-road. We're gonna toss this on, man. Look how buff this is. So for the Frontier, we reached out to Willwood to see if they could whip up a brake program for this truck because we are going to be towing with the Frontier, and with 7,000 pound towing capacity, it's important to have a good brake system. This kit is a one-off made specifically for this truck by Willwood and specifically LOJ Conversions. They worked out all the sizing and mounting to get these brakes fitted perfectly since there's nothing off the shelf for this setup at the moment. We're running larger rotors and multi-piston calipers to handle the extra weight and towing capacity.
It is finally time for me to start working on this beautiful Frontier. One of the main things I'm going to be tackling is this right here. We have Z1 off-road rear seat compartment system. This will allow you to lift out the rear seat, put this compartment in there, and on top of that we have this ARB dual compressor system that actually gets to be bolted in here. It's a one bolting system. We have a switch that is already built into the system and an air fitting that will go right here, and it will make everything so much easier for the owner of the truck, which in this case is Mickey.
This dual compressor onboard air kit is actually really easy to install on the Frontier. Everything's made to line up with factory mounting points on the chassis, so there's no drilling or crazy mods needed. If you've got some basic tools, you could really get this done in your own driveway. It's one of those installs that just makes sense as you go, which is always a nice change when working on trucks. I can't wait to test out this kit at the track.
Now that we have the Z1 off-road off-road rear seat compartment here and the ARB dual compressor system. The next step is going to be all the wiring. We're going to go from here all the way to the front battery, and we'll be able to give it power and we'll be able to test it. Wiring is done, air compressor's in.
Man,
I haven't tested it yet.
it looks OEM. Good job.
Let's see. So, breaker on. We may need you to go, I'll go key on 2. So when you go on key on 2, this switch should be able to light up. Bam, there it is. Let me show.
Oh yeah,
Now when you flick it up, hey, there you go.
it's on. It works.
Yeah, so that means the line has pressure. That's why it stopped.
If I put an auxiliary line into there with a fitting, I go to put air in a tire or something.
It'll
say,
pump the whole time.
it'll just turn on and stay on.
All right, the inboard ARB compressor and the Z1 off-road under the rear seat compartment is all done.
Now I'm gonna move on to the side steps, and these are the NISMO rock sliders, which are super buff and robust, a lot nicer than the factory stuff I had on there. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna get these bolted on. Let's get jamming, baby. All right, the NISMO rock sliders are on. They look super awesome. They're actually really tight against the body, which I love. Fits perfect. Super functional and super buff. Let's get on to the driver's side.
Bro, look at this. These NISMO rock sliders look legit, bro.
Man, they
Wow.
are super solid.
Yeah. And you're a big boy.
I mean, well, I'm not that big. We're gonna be installing a NISMO roof rack system. This is a really nice unit. It is powder coated in black crinkle coat, which is really nice. Does come with all the bracketry to mount it on the top of the truck as well. There's one bracket for each corner, and it has 7 supports across the center to tie it all together. Ricky's grabbing some tools, and we're gonna toss this thing together and get it on the roof. All right, the NISMO roof rack is finally installed, and it looks awesome. So what I like about it is if I do go for road trips or anything like that, I can throw some stuff up here because there's 6 rails across the top. There's enough clearance for me to open up the sunroof, no problem. A little shark fin antenna just fits under there as well. It's really cool. And up front here, we've got an additional beam that if we want to put some auxiliary lighting, we can. It's a new day here in the throttle shop, and it is an exciting one because we've got Antonio and Andy from Opalite
What up?
in the house. We always love it when you guys come through and do your work.
I'm excited,
You
man.
guys work the light magic.
It's about to look brand new. So first, we have to drop the transmission. I already started.
Bro.
I already got a couple bolts out.
Dude,
But 10 minutes.
the transmission?
10 minutes, yeah.
All right, well, we don't hire Antonio for transmission work, but I'm hoping he's joking. We're gonna go ahead and get jamming.
Let's go, baby.
Woo! Is it finished actually, or?
It's finished.
Damn.
Might tweak something on preferences, but
Okay. All right, so here it is. It's my first time seeing it. I've purposely not watched you light this up yet.
ready?
No way. That is cool.
Gotta go to the rear doors.
No way.
Yeah.
It's gonna it transfers from front to back. That is sick. How did you put him in line like that?
Andy, man. He's the man.
Oh, dude.
There you go. He's a pro.
My man. And this is my favorite feature right here. Look at that.
Right? Perfect.
That's what I wanted. But man, that's cool.
Oh, sick.
And watch, it transfers to the back seat.
Oh, snap. Hell yeah.
Damn. Business, baby.
Andy, thank you, dude. You freaking killed it. You're getting really good at this stuff, man.
Yes, sir.
Every day, every day.
Every day.
Antonio,
I got
as always,
Thank you,
bro.
bro.
Pleasure.
Appreciate you.
If you guys want some ambient lighting, some underglow, some Starry Night headliners, any of that stuff done, you can find him at.
Opalite Optics on Instagram. Just shoot us a DM and I promise we'll get back to you guys as soon as we can.
All right, man. Thanks again, bro.
Appreciate you, bro.
See you next time.
Yes, sir.
Well, the time has come. We've got a lot of stuff ticked off the list, but it's time to get the truck off the lift. So in order to do so, we got to put our Falcon Wild Peak AT4s on the truck with our NISMO wheels. There's something really cool about these wheels that I need to show you guys. So these wheels have a beauty ring on them that's held in place by these M10 bolts. But NISMO also offers a true bead lock option for this wheel. So you can buy this wheel and you can just run the beauty rings that look like faux bead locks like I did here, because we don't plan to off-road this truck and I want the reliability of no air leaks and things like that, which are a potential when you run a bead lock ring. For an off-road truck guy, I think this is more the way to go. It's got a nice knurling on the backside to really grab that bead seat and lock it into place. Now, it's as simple as swapping this ring off, moving the outer bead seat to the outside of the wheel here, and then placing this ring on and putting the hardware back in. Now, you're gonna run double the hardware with the bead lock ring. It's gonna lock this Falcon AT4W in place and allow you to do low pressure runs out on the trails and stuff like that. But for our application, the beauty ring is what we're gonna use, but we're gonna put these on the shelf in case we ever decide to get serious and go wheeling.
Oh, they work, baby. She looks so good, bro. Damn.
All right, the Frontier is now on the floor and we get to see the lift, the wheels, the tires, the brakes, the rock sliders, the roof rack, all the things we've done to the exterior so far on the ground, and it looks awesome. I can't wait to finish up the rest of this stuff. Now, I used to have an old Frontier, the generation before this, and I love the Utilitrack system on these trucks. They're really nice and handy to have. It's basically a cleat system that gets bolted in at the factory. It's an option, and it comes with two of these guys that slide into these brackets. So the factory part's really nice, and you get two of these with the Utilitrack system, which is great. Back in the day, you used to get four of these. So Nissan has kind of pulled back on some of the expenditures. They're only giving you two of these, and they deleted the floor mount Utilitrack system. Now Z1 saw that and saw the need in the market for it, and they make a kit. This is the kit. These two rails are gonna go on the floor, just like the old D40 version of this truck.
Hey, show me, I wanna know.
All right. So you've got a square end and a beveled end.
Okay.
That's gonna go here like this, and I just remember that from my old truck, so it matches sort of this radius here. So that goes there, and then we'll have a second one on this side over here. And the reason I really like this system is because I can put an engine in here and actually strap down over top of it to the floor versus across the top or around it. Z1 took it one step further, and they've created their own cleats. Look how nice these are.
Wait, that's used instead of that now?
Yeah, so this, Z1 created this to replace this. And now these, you leave these outside overnight in the Utilitrack and it rains or there's moisture, these start to corrode. These look like they're made out of stainless steel
That's so sick.
and aluminum, which is really nice, and these are gonna age really well.
They look really buff too.
Yeah, they were kind enough to send over, I think, 8 of these for me. So I went from having 2 of these old archaic looking cast aluminum pieces to these really nice Z1 cleats that are gonna bolt in directly into the Utilitrack system and allow me the versatility to basically throw whatever in here I want and secure it, which is amazing. All right, Ricky's made the first hole. It's passed through. We got a bolt in it just to make sure that we're good to go there, and it does thread in. Now he's gonna make the second hole, which should land right about there. Hey, I see it, Chande. Like a glove. Now that our Z1 Utilitracks are in place, we've got a couple swing cases that are going to mount inside the bed, and I'm going to use these to house my ratchet straps and anything loose that I would throw in the bed. Essentially, these are going to mount on the side panels over here. I've already sort of built out the bracket. I just need to mount it on the inside of the bed. All right, our swing cases are in. Now we're going to put them to work. So we've got all of our Z1 tie downs. We can throw those in here. Got our straps.
A lot of space in there.
I know, way too much actually. That closes nice. And I had these Nissan optional, the Adventure Kit and the Medic Kit. These were underneath the rear seat, but now that we have the ARB dual compressors in there, they don't fit. So this is gonna be their new location until I ever need them. We'll just stick them in here. Close her down, lock her up.
Cool. Ready to go.
And now, we're onto the bed cover, baby. Our back tonneau cover is in, and now we can close it all up and see how it looks. Beauty. Look at that. So nice. And now my stuff is secure in here. I got plenty of room for stuff I want to throw in the back, and if I need more room, I can always take the swing cases out because they do come off really easily. Man, this is sick.
But the finishing touch, look at this.
Yeah.
Texture on this is so.
And I'm told you can stand on it, but
What? Seriously?
I don't think I want to try it.
No, I wouldn't do that. I mean, he's strong. He's very strong. Yeah. But I wouldn't try to do that.
Nah, the truck is really cleaning up. Now, we do have a bunch of stuff for the exterior, and I still have a steering wheel that I need to put in this thing, and we got to put our chili bin in there too. So strap that down. We can show you guys how all the cleat systems work, but let's keep jamming. We're gonna move on back to the interior where we have a custom-made steering wheel from the 10 Composites. This is made custom for the truck. I had it spec'd with a white 12 o'clock position stripe. It is carbon fiber and leather, and it's going to be replacing our OEM PRO-4X steering wheel. We will reuse the switches as well as the airbag here, and that will get moved over to the other steering wheel, and we'll remove the factory wheel here. So the wheel is ready to go in. Let's get the stock one out and start placing the other parts onto the new wheel. All right, well, unfortunately, the 10 Composites steering wheel was the wrong 4. I think it's from the 22 to 24 Frontier Pro-4X and not the 25. It does have some variation, and I was warned by the guys at Nissan that it might be the case, but we went for it anyway. Unfortunately, it is the incorrect configuration to bolt into this truck to keep everything functional. So I've gone ahead and put the Pro-4X steering wheel back in for now, and we'll work with the 10 Composites and get a proper wheel here in the very near future. So total bummer, but that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Now let's move on to the scuff plates, which I have for the interior. These are a Nissan product, and they're basically scuff plates for the doors. They're like a faux carbon look. I love carbon fiber. I don't love faux carbon fiber, but they don't make them any other way. So these are the ones for the back doors. These are simply peel and stick. So we're gonna toss those on and keep our door cards protected. One of the additions to the truck that we are going to do is add some Nissan off-road decals. These are the officially licensed logo from NISMO, and since they don't make a NISMO edition Frontier anymore, we're going to be removing the Pro-4X logoing and adding the NISMO off-road logo to the rear bedside, which I think is going to be a nice touch, and a little ode to the D40 chassis where they used to make an actual NISMO off-road edition. This is the topographical NISMO off-road hood graphic that is an option when you buy these trucks. I did spec my truck with this hood graphic, which is kind of cool.
It is kind of cool. Looks like somebody drove over you.
It's like somebody drove over my truck. But so we're gonna remove that one, which sucks because I paid good money for it. But the NISMO off-road one is way cooler, and it matches the theme of the truck, obviously.
Yeah. I wish I could see it, bro, to be honest. All I see is the white
There's a
paint,
NISMO
bro.
off-road logo right here. And then they have, it's like a topographical map, like an off-roading map.
Ah, got it.
And fun fact, actually the Chris Forsberg edition comes with one of these as well, but it just says NISMO off-road really big on it, which I really wanted that one for the truck because I think it would have went better with the motif, but you have to buy the package in order to get it. So
It's a privilege to have that.
privilege to have it. So I'm gonna put this one on and I'm gonna love it. So here we go. of the main purposes behind building this 2025 Nissan Frontier was because I wanted to be able to take my Skylines to the racetrack on an open trailer, on a flat trailer. This truck pulls plenty of weight in order to do that, but I wanted to make it a little more comfortable. We've got tracks that are 3 to 5 hours away, so you're gonna be spending a lot of time behind the wheel. So you definitely wanna build something that's comfortable and capable. I think we were able to accomplish that with the components that we chose, including the bed cover, as well as the swing cases in the bed to store all the straps, things for the towing, like the ball hitch and things like that, that we'll need when we're on the road. Adding places to put things and store things and carry them around without them flying around the bed, and being able to secure them by putting a tonneau cover on, super important for this project. So I think the end result is really good. We set out to build a Nissan Frontier that can tow a race car to the track and back, be comfortable, look sharp, and be a package that Nissan no longer offers, which to me is really cool, and it fits the mold of my race cars, which are all white, they're all Skylines, and they're all packed with NISMO parts. So now the truck matches the car. Now the only thing left to do is get it on a trailer and get out and do some racing. Let us know in the comments section down below what you guys think of our 2025 Nissan Frontier with the NISMO package that we created, and definitely hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys in the next one.